In this week's chapter of Bleach, despite just having his heart ripped out and crushed by the claws of Grimmjow Jaggerjax, Asuka Nakalavar still has just enough strength left to perform a last-ditch trump card attack, and it looks like it's going to cause a lot of destruction. And I don't know if Urahara and Grimmjow are going to be able to survive this. Hell, we even get to see the return of the very busty Neltu in this chapter, who manages to jump right into the blast as it's happening. Now, as big of an event as this is, I think we can all agree that the best thing about this week's chapter of Bleach is the return of everybody's favorite murder, kill character from the series, Kenpachi Zaraki, who appears, he doesn't want to talk, he doesn't want to sing Kumbaya, he just wants to fuck shit up and cut up a giant's arm. Best part of this week's chapter. Kenpachi is literally like the living personification of the readers of the Bleach series. He's all about the action, and he gets right frickin' to it. Now, this week's chapter was exciting. Yes, I am a little miffed that Asuka Nakalavar, even after having his frickin' heart ripped out, still has the ability to talk. And he even has another big last-ditch attack, which basically is just more of the same that we've seen before. Basically, his giant gift ball deluxe is growing in size and going to destroy everything in its wake. Now, the most interesting development from this scene is that Urahara might actually be killed right here. This is a really big event for the series, because according to Urahara in this chapter, he has like 1,000 different backup plans for just about any situation, especially for everything that's going on in this war right here. That's why we got to see the crazy return of Grimmjow Jaggerjax, and maybe even the return of Neltu as well. But it's implied that as Asuka is actually activating this ability, that he's getting ready to say his goodbye to Ichigo and all of his friends as he performs one last-ditch effort to try and save everyone around them and to take out Asuka Nakalavar. I don't want to believe that Urahara is going to be killed like this, especially after being just introduced to his Bankai, which I still think there's more to it. It can't be just as simple as stitching things up and healing things. There has to be something else to his abilities, and he has survived way worse in the series, so I have a feeling he's going to be okay. Not to mention, we got Neltu who's getting ready to jump in, and Nell is one tough son of a bitch. She is absolutely insane, one of the craziest chicks from the entire series, and she's probably going to save both of them, probably leaving Asuka Nakalavar to die within his giant own death ball. The rest of the chapter, however, is Hitsugaya going up against Gerard Valkyrie the Miracle, who's still a giant and basically just knocking the shit out of everyone. His ice attacks aren't working, and that's when suddenly Byakuya shows up to do what he does best, which is to be smug, a little bit of an asshole, and to make some Napoleonic jokes about frickin' Hitsugaya, which of course is a little funny, but it gets saved when Kenpachi finally decides to show up. I love his line of dialogue about not singing Kumbaya and holding each other's hands and getting right to the action. The look on Gerard Valkyrie's face when his arm is suddenly cut off and he's like, oh shit, what the hell just happened? And that final panel with Kenpachi is all sorts of badass. I've made it very clear in the past that I'm a really big fan of Kenpachi's character. He's always really fun to read, and he's just a man of pure badassery action. So, what's the rundown on this week's chapter of Bleach? Kenpachi Zaraki is back, which means shit is about to get real. The question as to what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks is, are they going to focus on Gerard Valkyrie, Byakuya, and Hitsugaya going up against Kenpachi? Are they going to focus on Asuka Nakalavar? Are we going to go back to Ichigo? What's going on with Aizen? There are so many events going on in Bleach right now, and as par with the series, they tend not to focus on a single event. It's really all speculation at this point. Now, I think one of the coolest things about this chapter, of course, is Grimmjow Jaggerjax himself, who, despite the fact he was the one who basically finished off Asuka Nakalavar, he's not too happy about it, and that's of course because he had to reluctantly team up with Urahara, and if any of you have been following the Bleach series, you know that Grimmjow pretty much hates everyone except for himself. But still, that's either here or there. We don't know if they're going to survive this big attack or not, although I have a feeling Nell is probably going to stop it, either with a brand new ability or one of her existing abilities that we have seen in the series. She herself, just like Urahara, has survived a lot of really crazy things, feelings. But it's all about Kenpachi this week, guys. Every single time that guy pops up, he just sort of, like, defines the entire chapter for me. Just because he's just so damn cool, and the fact that, you know, you don't even, like, see him until the final panel, you know? Even when Gerard Valkyrie's arm has just been completely cut, it's a nice, clean cut, it's super violent looking, and he himself is incredibly shocked, and just like Asuka Naklavar, I really hope this guy's not just going to pick up his arm, reattach it, and everything is just going to be okay. I have a feeling he's more of like a physical fighter. He probably doesn't have the ability to heal himself. And just the fact that Kenpachi's around just shows that he is just going to completely destroy this guy. Especially because we've seen in the series before that whenever there's like a big monster or some sort of like giant creature, it's usually Kenpachi who comes in and finishes it off with like little to no effort whatsoever. And the fact that you have Hitsugaya and Byakuya there as well, these are three of the most powerful characters in the series. Gerard Valkyrie is absolutely screwed at this point. And if anything, this chapter was just here to demonstrate that a lot of these higher-ups within the Quincy army are getting ready to be defeated. This way we can finally start moving even closer to the true conclusion of the final arc of Bleach, which will focus a little bit more on things that are going on with Oryu Ishida, and of course the main character, Ichigo Kurosaki, which we're just going to have to wait and see. And if Urahara is killed in this battle, we all know what sort of an effect that's going to have on Ichigo. At the end of the day, Urahara is essentially kind of like that really cool uncle to Ichigo. He's always sort of been like that type of character. He has close ties with his family and, of course, the entire Soul Society as well, so that's probably going to drive him to activate some sort of brand new ability. That is, if he's killed, but there's no way he's going to be killed. We know there's going to be one more interaction between him and Yoruichi, and it's probably going to be fan servicey and a lot of fun. That being said, this was a really big hype chapter. I know a lot of Kenpachi fans are going to be happy. I'm really excited for that. That development alone made me really love this chapter. That being said, I am miffed that Asuka Naklavar managed to talk for a couple of pages after his heart has been ripped out. I made it clear last week I didn't want to see this character alive. I didn't want to see a last-ditch move. That's exactly what's going on. Then again, it's very predictable, and that tends to be what happens in Bleach a lot. So I'm going to give this week's chapter right here a 4 out of 5. Check it out, Bleach fans. You might see something you like. If any of you guys read this week's chapter of Bleach, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. What do you think is going to happen with Asuka Naklavar's final attack? Do you believe that Urahara is going to be killed? Do you think he's going to save everyone? Or is Nell going to jump in and save the day? Are you excited to see the return of Kenpachi? What do you want to see in his battle against Gerard Valkyrie and from the rest of the Bleach manga series? Please tell me in the comment section below. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching this review. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and share it with all your friends. That way you can see all of our latest anime and manga reviews. You guys should also check us out on social media. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby.